Hello, everyone. Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of The Front. Thanks for taking the time to tune in and join me this afternoon to this live episode of The Front. Now, whether you're watching live or if you're watching later, because I know like 75% of the people are going to tune in and watch the show later on, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, just a few quick reminders. You can cruise on over to leadtheteam.net for free sales training, for motivational content, and for leadership tips. And if you would, head on over to leadtheteam.tv and subscribe to the YouTube channel there. Make sure you hit the bell notification icon so you get notified every time I'm going live or uploading new episodes. And certainly if you're here on Facebook, make sure you click those live notifications as well. So today we're going to be talking about pursuing perfection right now on The Front.
Thanks for tuning in to Lead the Teams. The Front.
Yes, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and join me. Again, my name is Mike Phillips and I will be your host. This is The Front and today's theme is pursuing perfection. I'm going to jump over here and open up the side chat room if I may. There we go. So, the reason I'm thinking about this, one of the things that's so important to me is there are so many successful people, so many people that we view as a success that are constantly in pursuit of perfection. If you listen to, quotes from Vince Lombardi or many other influential people that are they're saying, look, we are in a constant pursuit of perfection, or Vince Lombardi was saying that we are in a constant pursuit of perfection. And many people that we look up to right now, motivational speakers, leaders, CEOs, people that are thought leaders and innovators in any industry, we're looking at them and they're saying, look, we're in a constant pursuit of perfection. One of the things that so I wanted to talk about it today. It's not about being a perfectionist. It's not about even catching perfection, because it is one of those that can anything ever really be perfect? It's tough sometimes to see that from where we sit. But the key is that, one, take a lot of pride in your work, put the work out there, and then make sure that you double check your work. Right? That's how, if you're in pursuit of that perfection, you're a lot more likely to achieve great things when you're double checking what it is that you put out there. I think one of the things also, when we're talking about pursuing perfection, one of the goals is to try really hard to get the things that are in here and that are in here and put them out into the physical world. Because in our heads, in our imagination, all the things that we have built up, all the success that we want to see, all of the just the exciting things in life that we want to grab a hold of, where do we see them first? We see them first in our heads. Right? And you've got that perfect picture built up in your mind, in your mind's eye. You say, man, here's what I want. I want this to be perfect, or I want that to be perfect. And this is how I can achieve it. And you get all of this built up in your head on what you want to put into your real life. And so it's not about even catching that perfection. It's about having that unbelievable journey and those successes along the way that allow you to grow and to be stronger and to benefit and bring people with you and just all of those things that are the love and the journey and the excitement. I get spun out sometimes. I'm trying to think of the next word as I'm talking to the camera and then I'm checking over here. I'm going to give a few quick shout outs. We've got, my wife is watching today, so thank you for that, honey. I appreciate you. Timothy, John, Michael Boney, Jeremy, nice to see you guys this afternoon. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you have thoughts that you're saying, hey, this is one of the things that I do to pursue perfection, to chase excellence, please drop those in the sidebar, and I would love to have that conversation with you. And certainly if you're watching this episode later, if you're watching it, the recorded version, drop in the comments what it is that you do to chase excellence, what it is that you do to pursue perfection. And I've got some notes here for the end of today's episode as well. So I'll use an example. When we're talking about pursuing perfection, one of the things that I'm going after constantly, you can ask my wife this, she's watching, I am constantly trying to tweak and move and change the way that I do these videos, that I bring episodes out, because I have this idea in my mind of how I want the video to look, how I want the message to come across, how I want people to be engaged with it, and those things that I want to be able to achieve and make impact on a broad base through video or my audio podcasts. And so I'm constantly chasing that perfection as far as the video production, the production quality of it with cameras and lighting. And I got to show this, if I can pull it up here, this cool little controller so that I can fade in and out. That's why I can put my name on the screen right now. Hey, and not have to mess with my mouse and so forth. Like, for me, that's one of those things I'm passionate about, and it's cool. And it's like, is the production perfect yet? No, but it continues to improve. I continue to get compliments. There is a certain level of excellence that I expect of myself, or that other people, when they're watching these, they say, okay, what's that next thing? What's going to be shared today? What's the message? What is it that what impact will I receive out of this video, out of this message? And so, for me, it's getting that excellence in my head in a production like this, even because it's something I'm passionate about, out into the real world and out to you. So one of the things to consider when you pursue perfection in anything, even if you don't get it perfect, right? Because I don't know that you can ever get that perfect. We can get really close to perfect on a lot of things, but if you don't ever catch perfection, I said this just a moment ago, you'll achieve such a high level of excellence and such a high level of success in the process that you'll achieve more than you ever would have achieved if you weren't pursuing perfection. You'll achieve more than some people ever even could dream of, maybe than what you could dream of. So in that pursuit, I put together 7 points today. I put together 7 things, 7 bullet points that I would recommend you do in your pursuit of perfection. Now, I'll drop these 7 bullet points into the comments if you're watching the video, and I will put them in my blog. So let's dive into that right now. Number 1, when you are pursuing perfection, you have to get clarity. You have to have clarity in your mind. You have to know exactly what it is that you want, and you have to know exactly what it looks like first here and here, right, in your head and in your heart, to be able to chase after that in the physical world. Number 2 is you have to spend time working on yourself every single day. Even if it's for 15 minutes, you start with 15 minutes, then it turns into 20 and 30. And I've said this several times in other videos before. You constantly have to be working on your own growth. If you can't just expect that an outcome on the outside is going to come out perfect or is going to come out excellent if you haven't invested time on your inside growing yourself. Third, you got to check your work. I said that at the beginning of the episode. Check your work and double check it. When you're putting something out, if you want it to be a perfect product or a perfect service or a perfect execution of something, once you have done it, once you've practiced it, you need to check it. You got to double check it, right? Make sure that you're getting the results that you want. Number 4 is very simple. Try 2 more times. I was having a conversation with a group of salespeople, and we were talking about closing. And so often, closing may be considered a lost art. Also, when it comes to closing, like closing car deals or closing a sale, what often happens, is depending on who you ask, they'll say, well, it takes 5 no's to get the big yes, or it takes 45 yeses to get to the big yes, or you have to keep on keeping on, right? It takes 7 times to get somebody to answer the phone and pick up and close, or whatever all of the different opinions are. Here's what I would tell you. Try 2 more times. Whatever your norm is, try twice more. Whatever the norm is for you, just ask 2 more times. And it doesn't have to be tactful. It doesn't have to be magical. You just have to come out and do it. If it is, for example, background's automotive, right? If it's automotive and I'm asking somebody to buy a car, I'm going to just ask them 2 more times. Hey, listen, I'd like for you to buy the car. What could I do to get you to buy the car? How would you like to buy the car? Just ask. It doesn't even have to be tactful or magical. Just ask twice more. Number 5, you got to be okay with change. There is a constant evolution that is happening, and you have to be okay with change. And as you study and learn and grow and you become impactful to others and new people come into your circle and they give you new ideas that you never thought you would have, you have to be okay sometimes abandoning the plan and be okay with change to get to somewhere that you never thought you would get. Number 6, you have to acknowledge that perfection is unattainable. I said that several times at the onset of this. Yes, we all want a whole lot of things to be perfect. But I'm telling you, you may get really, really close when it comes to product, service, what it is that you want to put out there, how you want to create a video or a podcast, or if you're a graphic designer, that next logo or your website design, or it could be, physical activities. If you are like, hey, I'm an artist and I want this just perfect, this Picasso, right? I need it to be absolutely perfect. Well, understand that you, as the creator of that thing, will always be able to see that one little nick, that one little scratch, that one little piece that isn't exactly how you wanted it to be. So know that perfection is unattainable. And last, but certainly not least, number 7, accept the excellence that comes in the process of mastery. Because when you're pursuing perfection, when you are going after it with everything you've got, when you've got your passion and your action and your energy and your fire and your love and all those things that are headed forward in what it is that you want, and you are pursuing whatever that perfection is for you, you will become a master at certain things along the way. So accept and love the excellence that comes along with that journey. Accept the excellence and the mastery that is created in the process. So I'll dive through those 7 really quickly here at the tail end, because I was saying, hey, here's 7 things that you can do in the pursuit of perfection. When you're pursuing perfection, that's officially the title today, right? Is pursuing perfection. So number 1, get clarity. Number 2, work on yourself every single day. Number 3, check your work and then double check it again. Number 4, try 2 more times. Number 5, be okay with change. Number 6, acknowledge that perfection is unattainable. And number 7, accept and love accept and love the excellence that comes along the way in the process of your mastery. So, here's what I encourage you as I come to the end of this episode. First off, thank you for everybody that took the time to tune in and watch. I appreciate you. We had so many more people jump in here. John, Patricia, Craig, El Patron, good to see you, man. Jesus, Dave Sutton, John, and many more that scrolled by the screen. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time this afternoon. I hope you've gained something out of this. And here's what I would encourage you. In your pursuit of perfection, keep getting up early. Keep fueling passion. Keep chasing sunsets, right? You chase that sunset and remember that there is power in the pursuit. So thank you for taking the time to tune in with me today on this episode of The Front. Remember, I share these every Wednesday and Sunday. Coming up this Wednesday, another live leadership lesson, and I hope you're able to join us for that. It's going to be amazing, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.